Hello everyone, it's Annie back with another video on welding in Buildworld because none of you seem to understand my instructions, so I'm going to have to dumb it down a lot for you guys and speak so you guys can understand it. Okay, so first things first, in order to be able to weld to yourself, you need to understand the basics of welding in general. So to weld two parts together means that they are basically one part while still being separate. So if you take two parts like this and then you select them both, weld them together, then you can move them around without them being separated. This is the first way of welding by using the F tool when you select multiple parts, and you can even rotate them and they'll still stay together like that when they're unanchored. But then there's a second way of welding things together, which is by taking a part, going to the surface tool, and then changing the surface to weld. So that way you could stick things directly on the surfaces and they will stick together like that. Kind of like gluing them together rather than just having the parts. So you can either you only need to have one of the bricks that with welds. In fact, only one surface if you want to go that far. But as long as there's a welded surface attached to another surface, they will stick together. And then you can rotate them as well and things like that. So we're going to be using both of these in order to be able to weld things to yourself as you would in Buildworld. So as you guys probably already know, you need to be seated and you need to have the R6 animation for this to work. So the first thing we're going to want to do is create what I like to call a base part. This will use the surface welds to attach a part to your torso. So what you're going to want to do is make another part, then shrink it down so that you could fit it easily on your torso. And then you're going to want to change all of the sides to welded using the surface tool. So then just use the drop down menu and select the welded option, and it should turn all the surfaces to welded. Now I'm just going to turn it green so it's a little easier to see. Now here's the tricky part. Because it's a surface weld, you want it to actually be touching the torso. So because I have a body package on, it's difficult to tell. But in order to ensure it's aligned, I put it along the front edge of the seat. Change the increment to 0.5 and then move it up so it looks like it's going to touch the torso, then place it one inwards. So that way it looks like it's in. Now all we have to do is unanchor and it'll come with you. It's as easy as that. So that's how you get the base part attached to yourself. Now in order to get other things welded to yourself along with the base part, you create whatever it is you want in whatever position you want around your character. Then all you've got to do is select all of them. I usually like to click and drag, including the base part. Use the F tool to weld them all together, then unanchor everything, and then it'll just pick up with you. It's as easy as that. So you can do this with basically anything. So yeah, that's how it gets attached to the torso, but you can basically do that to any other part of the body, just as long as you have the collision correct. Like the head, because it's the same width of the torso, all you have to do is move it up once it's on the torso, or, oh, hold on, the arms are a bit tricky. I'm just going to very quickly change back to the boxy original body format, so that way we can see how the parts collide a little better. So here I am in my blocky form, so we'll just do a quick recap as well, so that we can see the arm. So we make the part, we resize it so it can fit easily along other things. Then we go to the surface tool, make sure all surfaces are selected, go to weld, then put it on the side of the seat, change the increment to 0.5, move it up, over, and then one inwards so that it touches the torso and the surfaces are welded together. See, if you look closer at it, because it's the box, you can actually see how it connects like that. Now we just need to figure out the arm. You could play around with the increments a little bit until it looks like it. See, no clips there, so the surfaces aren't actually touching, therefore they won't weld. So what we need to do is mess around with the increments a little bit. I'll try 0.25 maybe. See if that works. No, there's still a gap. Or try 0.125. Cut it in half again. There it is. So just 0.125 until it's on there. So then once you unanchor it there, it's welded to the arm. You could do that with any of the other parts of the body. So if we like put it over on the leg, let's see, then it'll weld to the leg. Or if you have multiple surfaces connecting, like an arm and a leg, or no, the torso and the leg like that, they will both be stuck together. Oh, hold on. I think I forgot to unanchor. Let me just, yeah, there it is. So the leg and the torso will be locked in position from when it was seating. And it doesn't even have, it doesn't even have to be the surfaces like that. If you have multiple parts that are touching there, all you have to do is weld them together and they'll stay stuck because they're essentially the same part. So let me show you how to do that. If you copy and paste one on the other leg like that, copy and paste another one, and then move it up to the arm. Oh, wait, I gotta anchor it again so that way it doesn't fall off. So copy and paste it again, move it up to the arm, copy and paste, move to the other arm, then just select all of them. I'm using control and then clicking all of them instead of click and drag. Then just weld them together on anchor, and it'll basically act like you're seated the whole time. That's just one of the little tricks you could do. Other than that, you could just weld stuff to your body like hats and other things like that. So yeah, that's all I really have to say for this video, and this is the last video I'm going to make because if you guys can't understand what to do by this time around, there's no helping you. So yeah, that's all for this video, and I will see you later.